One of the most terrifying towns in Britain, Blackpool, Preston, Soz about you, and Nottingham. They're the three places where I feel like I might be attacked at any point.
Yeah, but
it's fucking tough.
Yeah, but the thing is, Nottingham, to me, always seems not that threatening, but does have a really high murder rate.
Gun capital of the UK,
Yeah.
Nottingham. See, if I want to get a gun,
talk about hackstats.com.
But do you know what? Often it can be if it's hardcore like gangsters, they run the place and keep it quite safe. That's what I live.
Hal, that accent, the information you just delivered did not suit the voice you used.
I was driving.
I think it's about hardcore gangsters. They really look after you, and if shit goes down, it fucking goes
pay
down.
Your protection, and then your house is fine.
I mean, I live in Enfield, which is above it, but we quite often go through the area of Green Lanes, which is sort of what is Green Lanes? It's down from. Sort of Turnpike Lane. Anyway, that's that part of London, and there's a bit of Green Lanes,
like Tottenham Way.
Yeah, but it's not as far as Tottenham. But anyway, it's further sort of Wood Green Turnpike Lane. This sort of Green Lanes area. Anyway, that is apparently the heroin capital of Europe. And we were driving through there the other day with my wife, and I went, "That weird. This is the heroin capital of Europe because it's actually." There's a lot of extra shops where they're sort of laundering money. There's too many food shops, but it's but it is run by gangsters, and people do go. But it's actually really nice, and so maybe that's the same with Nottingham.
Do you know what this area needs? More heroin import. Yeah, because if you're not in the game, it's not like you're either getting shot or sold heroin.
Exactly.
At these places, you can still buy a fucking muffin of a Sunday morning if you want one.
We're just civilians passing through.
You want what? A blueberry muffin? This is Costa. This is the heroin capital of the UK. Yeah, there's another the gun crime of Nottingham. I didn't know that one about that area of London, but there was one going around Leeds about 15 years ago because there'd been an attack on Hyde Park in Leeds.
It's where my daughter now lives. Quite hard, isn't it? She's a student.
Okie doke.
Yeah, somebody tried to burgle a house the third day they were in.
Buckle up for this story.
God.
There was 2 rapes, gay rapes. There was 2 gay rapes in a few months. And it became known as the gay rape capital of Europe. Not just the UK, Europe. And for a while there, you couldn't mention that area of Leeds without someone going, yeah, it's the gay rape capital of Europe. And you're like, I've gigged there. Like, I gig there every sort of 3 or 4 weeks.
So
not a sniff.
Does that mean that there was only...
two?
Only two? So was there only 1 gay rape in Europe?
Yeah.
You said there was 2 gay rapes and that was the capital.
I'm honestly talking out of turn. I don't have the stats or the league table of gay rapes.
Politician over here. I don't actually have the figures to back up what I'm
Obviously,
saying.
Isn't it the truth that actually we like it? We like those stories of around us. It's like when you go to Belfast and Europa Hotel, and if you say in the Europa Hotel, this is the most bombed hotel in Europe, and you go, people like
bombed
because it makes us feel, you see, we're quite hard because we survived that, especially London, which is gentrified area plus really next to a hard area. It's such rubbish. When you hear people going, I live in Brixton, I live in Notting Hill. It's actually very rough.
People like the legend of it.
And they want that image of that actually they're living on the streets and stuff. But I used to joke about this, about the fact that anywhere in Britain is basically not that scary compared to most of... If you're from Brazil or Mexico or inner city
the favelas.
USA, we sound...
Nottingham's edgy, honestly.
Yeah, we sound a bit pathetic going, be careful around there. It is like...
Honestly, once you get past the Pizza Express, it gets a little bit naughty down there.
I love people who live in like... I remember when I moved to Chester. I lived in Chester for a year with Danny McLaughlin.
Oh.
And he was like, just to let you know, lad. At the time, I was living in my auntie's in Dovecot, which is the area I grew up in. Yeah. It's like, just to let you know, I don't want to be surprised. When the road you're going to live on, Eamon Road, it is a bit rough. I don't want you to have any false ideas. And then he picked me up from my auntie's to take me over, and he was like, yeah, where we're living's not fucking rough. Because it's people by my aunties who've got speedboats but haven't got fucking front fences. Do you know what I mean? And if you've got a speedboat and you don't have a gate around there, it's a bit of a rough area.
Is that the giveaway?
It is, yeah. It's speedboats that they won on like scratch cards and that.
Scratch card speedboats. Is that a Liverpool thing?
Yeah.
It's like a postcode lottery thing.
Yeah.
Here's a fucking speedboat. Don't look in the hole.
How much? Sorry, I'm a bit tired, I think, because I immediately went, how much is a speedboat?
Depends on who. You need to know a guy.
He knows everyone.
Can you get a speedboat?
Also, don't worry about speedboats. You're not doing the fucking Royal Variety again.
I know.
That income.
You can get a speedboat for 300 quid second hand if you part exchange it for a Fiesta.
Yeah.
100%.
Do you reckon you could get a speedboat and a gun before midnight?
Yeah. Easily.
You could get...
We were talking in the
See, I'm
first...
excited by stuff like this, but it's on a podcast. But you really think you could get a gun? You would know how to get a gun.
So we were talking about this in the first half,
sorry.
yeah. No, it's
and
okay.
Blackpool, Preston, and Nottingham are rough.
Exactly.
Go on, Adam.
I said I reckon I could get a gun within 6 hours. My dad's got a mate called Scottish Ryan,
Yeah.
who I know has got at least one gun. So if he's got a second one, he might be able to sell it to me.
Yeah.
Or if not, look at his face. He knows, like, he definitely knows someone who could get me, you know. I'm not saying, like, an Uzi or anything.
He's going to be doing a lot of business now, isn't he?
Hal's so not from the same. Hal's thinking like, what would that do to your life insurance policy?
Well, I do reckon within 6 hours, I could get a cap, like a...
A cap gun. I could get one of them.
What is a cap gun a copy of? A revolver. I reckon.
Prove it.
Have you ever shot a gun? Because this is not like a my view of you as a northern act is that you're Hal Cruttenden, who's from Goodstock. You do 7 gigs a night because you're the famous. You don't just do doubles or treble. Like the weird, if you've never, like, it's a weird thing, but on the circuit, Hal's got this amazing reputation of being able to, like, not just do 2 gigs a night or 3, but like, I've got to fuck off because I do have 5 of the gigs tonight. So in my head, you've got land where you do shooting and like, oh, the grouse are in.
I actually heard long before we'd met.
Yeah.
I heard that was like a, you know, like the circuit legend stories. Is that like you would squeeze like 5, 6, and 7 gigs in?
It wasn't. It was hardly ever did I do. I think I did
Hardly
6.
ever did
I
I
don't think
do
I did 7, but in a night. But I would often. There was a certain period where I would often do 5 on a Saturday night. I'd try and do 9 to 10 on a Friday and Saturday.
So you're talking do the early show at the store, the boat, and then go and do what? Like,
and there was jonglers as well. There was maybe 2 jonglers. This is like 2004.
To be fair,
2 jonglers, 2 stores, and another little one, a nice one for fun. It was quite sorry, one that you don't. Well, I enjoyed the store actually, but
I always do the third one for fun. No, 1, 2, 4, and 5 for the money.
I think I've got that slight guilt over the fact that we do a job that isn't a proper job. And when you get home sweating, going, I've done 5 gigs, I've actually done, you feel you could have been it is like doing a shift down a mine, or it's not the same.
To be fair, when I if I do a London store weekend, I'll do at least 3 and often 5 on the Friday and Saturday. Because you can get top secret before the London store, and then you do the London store, then you can go to Chiswick and do headliners, or the boat, and then back and do the late show at the store.
And it's doable, but like Hal had a reputation for doing that. Like the idea was that was how you did your weekends every weekend. For us, that's like a random fucking busy one in London.